Making the perfect hard-boiled egg in your oven. Hard-boiled eggs are a great source of protein, but a lot of people complain that they have this awful sulfur flavor. And if you overcook your hard-boiled eggs, you can get that. But I'm going to show you how to make hard-boiled eggs that have none of that sulfur flavor and have a beautiful, chewy, just awesome yolk in the center instead of the dry, crumbly yolk. So using a muffin tin, fill the muffin tins about 3/4 of the way full with water and place an egg in each of the muffin spaces. Don't worry if you don't have them quite full, because you can always just add a little bit of water afterwards to top them off. We're not actually going to be boiling the eggs. We're going to use the water more as just a conductor of heat, so that the oven heat that's going to be set to 155 degrees after we've preheated to 350 is going to do the cooking. Now, the reason we're going to preheat to 325, 350 is really just to get the water up to temperature. Otherwise, it takes a very long time at 150 degrees for the eggs to get up to the right temperature. So basically, we're going to put the eggs in the oven at 350, and as soon as your oven light goes off indicating that you have reached that 350 degree temperature, we're going to drop the temperature down to 150 to 155. Different ovens have a different minimum setting, but you want to be as close to that 150 temperature as you can. You're going to bake the eggs in the oven rack for 4 hours, which is a very long time, but you're cooking at a very, very low heat. So once you pull them out, they're going to be a temperature that you could probably touch with your bare hand, but I wouldn't necessarily. So here it is. I'm peeling one straight out of the oven, and they peel pretty poorly straight out of the oven because the shell is still very firmly attached. So if you're actually going to do this, the better thing to do is stick them in the freezer and let them sit for about an hour, and that will cause the shells to separate from the whites. So here's a finished egg, and the texture is not as hard as a traditional hard-boiled egg, but what's really interesting is how the yolk comes out. You notice that that yolk is not crumbly. It's this deep yellow color, almost brown, and there's none of that green sulfur border around the outside on the whites. And the yolk is just soft and squishy and buttery, and you don't even need to add salt. They're just so perfect.